Hi everyone, Drew from Tacoma Narrows Bridge Disaster here. There's been some interest in kind of production techniques, recording, mixing, all of that sort of stuff for our third album, Wires Dream Wires. So I thought I would go over a track, over a couple of videos most likely. This one I'm just gonna sort of focus on the rough project setup and number of tracks and the kind of different instruments we've recorded, that kind of thing. Never really done anything like this before, so it's all going to be very much by the seat of my pants. So yeah, let's take a look. As you could see, we've got all of our groups here. We've got all the drums kind of nicely arranged in a folder. Likewise for bass, guitars, vocals. Just give you a little bit of a listen. So those are our basic elements. You'll find when you're kind of dealing with large projects, grouping stuff in folders like this becomes very useful. At the press of a button, I could just hear my bass, I could just hear Adam's guitar, I could just hear my guitar, or I can mute whatever elements I need to. When you look at the actual mixer, there's quite a lot of tracks, and trying to sort of navigate a big mix like this becomes quite painful. So in your own projects, you probably want to do a similar thing. Just force of habit as well, I end up kind of bussing everything down. Pretty much before I do any mixing, I'll normalize the projects, so I'll make them all kind of match. In the world of kind of digital workstations where you don't have a fixed limit of tracks and you don't have a desk, a lot of the time you don't even have a control surface, it's good to kind of standardize your approach. So you can see I've got all of my buses to the far right side of the mixer, so for any project I could pretty much just go immediately to the vocal bus or to the bass bus, and I could do a similar sort of thing there. I could just mute everything, just focus solely on any bass signals going on, really easily. Okay, so as you can see, there's a fair bit of automation as well going on. Somebody remarked to me that they find it kind of difficult to go from somewhat fairly kind of quiet, like that section of this song, jumping up to something heavier. Well, a lot of what that's all about is automation, basically. Like you can see for the first half of the song, and if I open up the drum bus, you can see before bar 32, there's no kick drum whatsoever. And in fact, I just totally deleted all of that audio. It was useless. Some engineers would probably keep all of the bleed in, but because there was so much going on all the other instruments, it was just getting in the way. So I just decided to delete it. But you can see from bar 33, the kick drum, even though it is there, it's very quiet. In the full mix, you can almost you more feel it than hear it. But when it kind of goes heavy, sort of bar 60, 61, I crank the kick drum right up, and you can see that there's loads of automation on the main kick level throughout this track. And the same is true pretty much for the guitars as well. There's some on Adams, like in this section, if I remember rightly. The first two chords of Adams' riff, they weren't cutting through as much as the other two. So for every repetition of those chords, I automated the volume there. So yeah, that's kind of a really quick, dirty overview. In the next video, I'll probably dig more into the drums, start with the drums and figure out kind of what I did there. You can hear they're pretty full, they're pretty balanced. The kick is quite punchy, it cuts through. And I'll try and talk about, how I got it to sound that way. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.